I'd like to call to order the Tuesday, March 18th, 2025 special city council meeting to order. Janice, could you please call roll?
Councilmember Atlan.
Here.
Councilmember LaFane. Here. Councilmember Mitchell.
Here.
Vice Mayor Maida.
Here.
Mayor Rhodes.
Here. Will you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Can I get a approval of the agenda?
I'd like to remove item number 1 from the agenda.
We have a motion to remove item 1 from the agenda. Do we have a second?
Under what pretense?
Do we have a second? I'll second. We have a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
I'd like to lodge a
Ayes have
protest
it.
to that. Point of order on the floor. Are you going to
we-
recognize my point of order?
You could comment on the motion. Yeah.
Well, no, we're out of order. We took a vote.
That's why the vote's been lodged, but we can go back and you could provide comment.
We have an item on the agenda that clearly was discussed prior to this meeting.
Hey,
To remove an item from the agenda, from a publicly posted agenda, you cannot do it at the meeting.
the majority can adjust the agenda and remove agenda items, but you do have to take public comment on it.
With
And
no,
you get-
with no justification, just because 3 majority members want to. There's no discussion on to why it's being
There
removed.
should be discussion. You get each council member gets a chance to provide comment.
Okay. Do we provide comment before we vote?
Typically, it was a fast vote. Yeah.
Yes.
But
Okay.
you're welcome to provide, any council member wants to comment on the removal can comment.
Comment.
Okay. This was brought under the municipal code by 2 council members with full authority and justification. Why is it being removed?
Any other comments?
I think it's an unjustified.
How
That's
so?
why. That's as far as I'm going to go. I feel like it's unjustified.
We regularly do performance reviews of city attorney.
I understand that this, in my mind, is an unjustified employee evaluation, and I think the majority has shown that 3 of us do feel that way.
It's not a public employee, it's a contracted individual.
I understand that.
So did you see the reasons for the justification for the review?
Did I see the reasons for the justification review? I have not.
Okay, well, then that's a problem.
But,
if you
but,
haven't seen the justification.
my opinion of it is that, how would I have seen justification for the review?
It's provided in a report to the city attorney.
Well, I didn't get to see it.
I don't provide administrative functions. That comes from staff.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you, Allison. I asked for it to be removed, and I'm going to stay with that.
Councilmember Lefane, Vice Mayor.
Okay, Councilmember LaFane,
I
I apologize.
submitted Per policy, per the Muni Code. Cited the Muni Code, the justification, never before has this occurred. Usually, that's why we have the Muni Code, so 2 council members can bring an item to the agenda. Clearly, this is being motivated somewhere else because nobody can provide a justification other than they don't like it. So I will file a protest that should be on record because the majority here is not providing any information as to why they want it removed.
I believe there's no justification either.
Did you read the justification?
Yes.
Was he provided the justification? No, he was not.
So we just told a lie. Okay. My comments are this was an evaluation of the city attorney. There were some things that we would like to go over with him, but it's been pulled by the majority of the council because they haven't even read the reason that it was on there, as you just heard. So I don't know why they're doing it, but they have the majority, and so
Well, we'll
So they
discuss I can tell you what the justification was. The justification were on 2 items. It was on a policy that was brought forth bypassing current policy. And the other item was, I probably can't disclose that. But council approved a resolution at a couple meetings ago that bypassed policy, current policy, jumped right over current policy. And in doing so, they have given authority to one council member instead of all 5 of us. That should never happen in a city council. We act as one body all together. We are never given individual authority to do any sort of act. And this procedure that was brought forth by the city attorney, who said that we had a discussion on February 4th, that we discussed a censure policy. We did not. You can look at the video. There was no discussion had. And on the staff report, it says direction was given. There was no direction given on February 4th, none. And if you go through the policy, city policy manual, it clearly says when you have instances where council members are violating this, that, this, it goes to the city manager, who brings it to the council directly.
It's been, at this point, it's been removed from the agenda.
Yeah, and so we will revisit this because I am going to ask this resolution be looked at again because it was brought in conflict to our policy. And I can give you all the
Okay,
codes that you overlooked. You
sure.
cannot weaponize one council member.
Okay.
Any other comments from council? Open up the public comment. Any public comment on this? Anyone on Zoom?
Well, this would be sure. Public comment. I mean, at this time you could move to public comment, non-agenda items, and they get a chance for public comment on all the
Oh,
closed
okay.
session items as well.
And clearly this was discussed before this meeting between 3 council members.
Okay, with that said,
Point of order.
public comment on items not on the agenda. Yeah. Got anything, John? No. Okay. I'll close public comment. Now, public comment on item 1.
Just on
remove-
all closed session items.
Okay, public comment on all closed session items.
I've been coming to more meetings than anybody sitting at that chair, except that woman right there. This place is, one person has done a whole bunch to this place before, and 2 people have almost wasted the wastewater system. So what do you mean they don't?
Point of order.
There's 3 people voted on this. Thank you.
Any other public comment?
My name is Ernie Fernandez. I lived in Sutter Creek for 25 years, raised my children there. I now reside in El Dorado Hills. I've been a longstanding member of Castle Oaks Golf Club. I'm currently the president and represent 94 golfers, mostly Amador County residents, many living on the course, and many commuting from neighboring counties like myself. The 2023 records, our records show, we as a club played 4,160 rounds of golf, about 14% of the total rounds played at Castle Oaks. Our financial contribution easily exceeded $300,000 with green fees, restaurant, bar, and pro shop purchases. Those totals do not take into account members' green fees and non-club related activities. By our contribution, we are by far the largest and most important Castle Oaks customer has. Our 2024 contribution was not quite as much, but close and not calculated as carefully as the 2023 calculation. Consider also our personal commitment to the course in the city of Ione. Golf at Castle Oaks is an important part to each of our lives. And we want the council to do whatever it takes to save Castle Oaks. The ramifications of a closure are far-reaching and extremely costly to our members and certainly to the revenue of the city and county. Property values will drop, affecting city and county revenue. Sales tax revenue will drop with no green fees, restaurant or bar revenue. Most likely, the city will be burdened with expensive lawsuits from residents and businesses alike. Only a few weeks ago, we were told that there was a commitment to maintaining Castle Oaks. What has happened to the optimism? There were at one time multiple interested parties. What happened to their interest? Right now, the Castle Oaks Bar has stopped ordering liquor. They are selling shots from open bottles at $1 a shot to reduce inventory. Most likely, we have been told that they will soon stop ordering food. Those actions lead us to believe that closure is imminent. The golf course is good for the city and the county. The population growth of Amador County is centered in Ione because of the golf course, not in spite of it. Have all options been considered? If the price of the lease is an obstacle, lower the lease to bare minimum for the first few years to entice a buyer to meet Mr. Hahn's price. Bring in a mediator. Agree to mediation to make the sale happen. A few concessions currently will save the city thousands of dollars for future losses. The council is responsible for results. I hope you have taken every option into consideration and will continue to work diligently in making a deal. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Fernandez.
Well, here we are, less than a month away from the projected closing by Mr. Hahn's corporation. According to information we received via the social media, this is scheduled for April 14th. So what's happening? What are you going to do? You know, everyone has said we want to keep the course open. What are you doing to keep the course open? I see you have changed your negotiator from the business person, our city manager, to the lawyer. Is that based on the fact that they are about to terminate the lease and therefore we are now in a legal issue? When are you going to tell the people what is happening? If you try to take it by eminent domain, as has been suggested previously, you still got to pay for it. You still got to buy it. Okay, no matter what you do, eminent domain is going to cost you money. And then you got to try and get someone to buy it. It just doesn't make sense. There's something that you got to be able to do. You ought to be able to come to an agreement with them. We've been going at this for over 9 months. So let's get it done. People want to know what's happening. Thank you.
Thank you, Elmer. Any other public comment? Anyone on the Zoom, John?
No.
No. We'll close public comment. Okay, we will go into a closed session with 3 items: conference with legal counsel, existing litigation, Lori McGraw versus City of Ione. Excuse me. Second one is conference with rural property negotiators, Castle Oaks Drive. Liabilities, claims, Republic Wine Company, DBR Pluck de Sol Sellers, Farmers Insurance. And the last one is conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation. One
Oh.
case.
I'll be recusing myself from the Castle Oaks discussion as I have real property and own a house on the golf course.
Okay, we will go into closed session now.
Yeah.
Stop your asthma treatment. Have your asthma.
Let me know. We're back from closed session. Could legal counsel report out, please?
For item E2, that was an update from special counsel. No action, no direction given, just an update. On item 3, conference real property negotiators. We know this is an item that the public wants updates and transparency. The council is united on not wanting any disruption to the golf course. We are still in discussions with the potential seller. Offers have been made, but it just hasn't been reached at this time. We're considering all options that for a deal to be worked out. We're doing the best we can, and the council is ready to enforce the lease obligations if a default does occur. And that's all at this time, and direction given to legal counsel to continue negotiating.
Okay, and we are going to, this meeting will continue after our regular agenda. So Chief, if you want to go ahead and close this one.